Hello everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today's video, as you saw by the title, we'll be doing a full face of nothing over $10, affordable makeup, drugstore makeup, the whole nine. If you guys like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I'm just now realizing I don't have earrings on. Let's just get started. All right, so like I said, we're doing a full face of nothing over $10. Everything here is $9.99 and under. There are a few products that I really wanted to mention that were like exactly $9.99, and I thought they would still be fine because technically they're under 10, number one. Number two, they're worth every amount, so I thought it would be fine. I also didn't want to make this a full face of e.l.f., which is very easy for me and a lot of people as well, because honestly, e.l.f. is the cheapest drugstore, one of the cheapest drugstore brands. Like I think e.l.f. and Wet n Wild are probably the two cheapest drugstore brands that have like really amazing quality, and they should be a little bit more expensive. And so I didn't want to make it a full face of e.l.f., so I had to try to like finesse a little bit. And so some of the products, because I didn't want to use the e.l.f. version of it, I used the $9.99 version. So I hope you guys are okay with it. Also, I'll be asking for some recommendations for some drugstore products definitely down below. If you guys have any for certain categories too. I don't have a lot from the drugstore, and I thought it'd be awesome if you guys, commented your favorite drugstore product, favorite drugstore brand, anything like that. Who knows, maybe I'll do a video or something testing your drugstore favorites or something like that. We'll see. I already said let's get started, so I don't know why I'm pretending like this is the beginning. All right, first things first, this is the e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. I honestly told myself I really wanted to use this today, and I was kind of like, well, what video do I want to film, blah, 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 blah. Well, I was just like, oh, let's do this. And I was like, but I can't use that product, so let's do a different video, because I thought that this was like $12. Guys, this is $8. Like, you cannot get any better than $8 for this primer. It is so good. I do have to say it is really, really tacky. Like, if you're someone who's if you're a texture person and you don't like weird textures, this is a really, really tacky one. You can see like my skin is getting stuck, but for me, I really like that when I'm going to work or wearing my makeup out for a really long time, because it really grips onto the foundation. And I think that if you're someone who's wearing your foundation for a really long time, and you find that by the time your work's over or like halfway through the day your makeup's coming off or your foundation's not as pretty as it was in the morning, I would definitely try this. Only $8, so worth every penny. It smells so good too. And then for foundation, we're gonna go in with the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. I know I've been using like the same products over and over, but I really wanted to use this. First, actually, before I do that, I'm going to go with the Milani Make It Last Fruit Fetish Mango Coconut Scented Setting Spray. Now, the Make It Last, like, the Make It Last sprays are $9.99, and so this one's kind of one of the ones that are over $10. But with this product, it's actually a primer and a setting spray. So you can actually use it before your makeup and after your makeup, which I think is 2-in-1, so you can kind of cut the price in half. If you're someone who doesn't want to use a primer, like an actual primer, you don't like primers or anything like that, you have bad experience, and you want to use something, this is a great primer spray, so it still makes your makeup last longer. It's not as tacky nearly, or it's not tacky at all, but it's not as gripping, but it still does the job very, very well. And I think that if you're someone looking for something that isn't a primer, like a squeezy primer, this is a good one too. Smells so delightful. All right, so like I said, we're going in with the foundation. I love this foundation. I think it's a really nice one. It can go from sheer to a medium coverage. So if you're someone who likes medium coverage one day, sheer coverage another day, but you don't want to have a bunch of different foundations, this is a really good one to have on deck. It's only like, it's between $5 and $6, depending on $5 and $7 or something like that, depending on where you get it. Yeah, it's between $5 and $6, my bad. It's between $4.99 and $5.99. So it's a great price, even for the $5.99, which is what I paid for it. Amazing price, and the product is just amazing. You're gonna see how it's starting to just even out my skin tone, make it look a lot prettier, and just covered up a lot of redness as well, but not every single imperfection on my face, which is what I like from day-to-day wear, is that something that, kind of just looks beautiful, but isn't too full coverage or too like, oh my gosh, she's wearing tons of makeup, Again, you can see just how pretty and natural my skin looks. It doesn't look like I have tons of makeup on. My eye area looks a little bit sickly, but that's because I have nothing there yet. So let's fix that. Let's go in with the concealer. So this is the NYX Born to Glow Radiant Concealer. This is $9, which again is cutting it pretty close, but it is such a great concealer. The concealer is so nice. It's literally a radiant, creamy concealer. And so I think for those of you with dry skin, dry under eyes, you'll really, really like this. Or someone who finds themselves that their skin is not necessarily dry, but it ends up looking a little bit pasty, a little bit dead, dull by the end of the day. This is a really great concealer because it doesn't look like that. It's just a very nice, naturally radiant concealer that lasts all day long and just looks beautiful under the eyes. I have under eyes fine lines, but I know a lot of people do, and it does sink into it, but not anything that's drastic or crepey. So I think that, you know, people with a lot of under eye lines will appreciate this because it's nothing that what the heck was I about to say? I don't know. It's nothing that accentuates all the fine lines and stuff. It does, you can see right here, like my fine lines still exist. It just doesn't look it doesn't look worse or crepey or anything like that. And so I'm gonna move closer. Hello, Marissa. And so I really do like that. I think it's just an all-around perfect concealer for day-to-day wear. And you could glam it up as well. So all-around great concealer. All right, so next is setting powder. Again, you can see my face just doesn't look super crazy. It doesn't look super like, oh my gosh, super glam, but it doesn't look, you know, as it did before, like I just woke up. Next, we're gonna go with some setting powder. This is from e.l.f. This is the e.l.f. Prime and Stay Finishing Powder. I wanted to mention this so bad because it's only $3, y'all. $3 whole. Like, you can't beat it. And the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder, which is the loose powder, I don't have that one anymore, but that one's only $8. So that one's amazing as well. I use the entire thing up, which is why I don't have it. So it's so good, but this one is good as well. Usually I use a setting powder to set my under eye, a loose powder to set my under eyes, and a pressed powder to set the rest of my face. But this one just works as anything because it's such a good, like, little powder for $3. You can throw it in your bag. You can, you know, put it on as you go, on the go. It's like a very easy just setting powder. You can see my face is, well, let me set the rest of my face, then I'll show you. You can see my face is just set but not dry, and it still has that life to it that we just obviously work so hard to get. And it keeps that life, and so I think it just looks so stunning, so absolutely stunning. And I think for $3 you can't go wrong. You literally can't go wrong. All right, next is a $9.99 product. I'm so sorry, but I needed to mention it. This is the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder palette. Now you do get 4 different bronzing products in this you do get 4 different bronzing powders in this product, and so I thought it was pretty worth it. You know, you can divide that by however many you use. I tend to use 3 out of sorry, which one? I always forget. Yeah, I tend to use these 3 out of the palettes, and I dabble into this one sometimes, but mostly it's these 3. And for me, I still think it's so worth it. I do hope that they come out with singles because, you know, maybe people will be more willing to buy the product if it's in a single. But I use so much of this palette that it's kind of like, you know, do I even need it? Like, I don't even want a single because I like that I can use this when I'm super fair, like right now, or when I'm a lot more tan in the summer. And so I love this. If I have a friend who, you know, needs a bronzer, or like I'm doing their makeup or something, I do have this as well. And so I think it's an all around just great bronzer, and I've been talking about it for years. The formula is by far one of the best formulas that I've tried ever in bronzers. It's so blendable, so smooth, and you can't go wrong, especially for the $9.99, you know? Honestly, like if you put it in a little bit, it's a cardboard packaging, so it's a little bit cheaper, but if you put it in a little bit like a more luxe packaging, like people would pay probably $50 for this, you know, because it's that good. And so we're obsessed. You can see how just delicious it looks. All right, and then we're gonna go with a product that I haven't tried, but I really wanted to try it. It's the e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush in the shade Always Rosy. I have tried the Primer Infused bronzers, but again, I didn't want to make this a full face of e.l.f., and I really wanted to use the Essence one because that one is, I like the Essence one better, but I do like the e.l.f. one a lot. So I did, wow, I'm gonna freaking out. Wow, they really don't want you to steal this. That took forever. But I really wanted to use the Essence one anyway, so I've been trying to try this for so long. I haven't pulled the trigger ever until right now. It's in the shade, I have the shade Always Rosy. And these primer infused, the bronzer lasts all day. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. The bronzer lasts all day, and so I'm hoping the blush does as well, because, oh my gosh, first of all, it's stunning. But people really love them, so. These are only $6, I believe. Yeah, $6. You can get them for cheaper too, depending on the day. Girl, I just added a little too much, too high. Ugh. Oh, this is perfect. I was going back and forth between some shades, but this one is my favorite kind of shade. Oh, so beautiful. This is a good example of a matte but not flat bronzer, and I kind of talked about this in my Full Face of Kylie because her blush was a little bit very flat. This is super matte, but it's not a flat bronzer. It still like brings life to the face, and you look beautiful and gorgeous, and you look like you don't look shiny or anything like that, but you look alive, and I love that. I live. All right, let's go for a shiny product. We're gonna go in with the Catrice More Than Glow highlighter in the shade number 20, Supreme Rose Beam. I did get this from Ulta. I love this highlighter. I've been using it for months now. I don't know, like a month now. But I'm obsessed, and I think it's such a pretty highlighter. You can go a little bit heavier handed and kind of make it a little bit more of a flashy highlighter, but I love to wear it like this, where it's just a light glow from within. I'm barely tapping in, I'm kind of rubbing it off and just going in lightly and building it up, which is what I love about this highlighter too, is that it's like more of a glow from within if you want it that way, but you can build it up. So it's a very like buildable formula, and it's very workable formula. Like you don't have to, like, even if I put too much on, it's very easy to blend it out and then like go back with my sponge, whatever. It's a really nice formula for beginners, for people, anyone, you know, for people who just want to put makeup on day to day. This is a great highlighter. Obsessed. Look how beautiful she is. It is more of an icier highlighter though, so like if you're a little bit darker than me, it might be a little too icy and too white. Like you might see a cast. You can almost see a cast on me. And so I think they have one more shade, but the other shade isn't at Ulta. I believe it's on their website, so I'm not sure. But you know, if you want to try this one, I do recommend. So yes, honey. All right, let's go with brows. We are going to go with the Colourpop Precision Brow Pencil. I don't love Colourpop's brow pencils. This one isn't bad. It's a good one. I just think that, you know, I would stay away. But this one is, what is the thing? This one is $7, which is a great price, and it is a really good brow pencil. I just think that, you know, there are better. The e.l.f., where is it? The e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil is just as good, $6. So I really think like drugstore brow pencils, you really can't go wrong with whatever one you get. And this one kind of falls into that category. It's not a bad brow pencil, it's just a brow pencil, you know? I need to get my eyebrows done so bad, so freaking bad. It's okay. It was very quick, and it's a very quick and easy creamy brow pencil. But again, like it's just like so many brow pencils have hit that mark. It's okay, you know what I mean? It's like, it's fine, whatever. One of those brow pencils, you know? All right, then we're gonna go in with some eyeshadow. I have two here. I really wanted to try to keep it to products you can get at Ulta, but not all of these you can anyway. And so I wanted to go in with the Profusion Violets eyeshadow palette. This 10 shade shadow palette. You can get this from Walmart, $5, so freaking cheap. I think it's like $4.98 or something like that. So freaking cheap. I love these. But I also have here the e.l.f. Bite Size eyeshadow palette in the shade Pumpkin Pie. I think these are $3, which are also really, really great. And you can get these at Ulta. So depending on where you want to go, these are the two we're gonna go in with today. We're gonna try to mix and match, I think. We're just gonna go with the shade right here, which is called Pressure from the Violets eyeshadow palette. It is a very purple eyeshadow palette, which I don't know how I'm gonna go with the purple today, but purple and brown eyes, oh my gosh, so absolutely beautiful. And if you have someone with brown eyes and you're afraid of color, or you just want to try, these are really good because they're such a great and blendable, nice formula, but they're only $5, so you're not breaking the bank on just trying, you know? If you want to just try an eyeshadow palette, don't spend $50 on the eyeshadow palette because it may not be worth it and you may be wasting your money. Especially because so many makeup products are so hit or miss for everyone that even if someone recommends it, it may not work for you. And let's just get real. So I think, like, you know, the safe way is to try something that's on a budget and then work your way up from there. Try something that's cheap, I meant, not on a budget. They are so blendable. Oh, I'm obsessed. All right, I think I want to add a little bit of purple though. So I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a little baby brush And we're gonna take this shade here, which is called Blissful. It's just a nicer purple. I think we'll mix it with a little bit of Fudge, just so it's a little bit more of a, wow, literally created this shade here. I don't know why I just didn't go in with that shade. Whatever, y'all. I just want a little bit of purple, so we'll see what happens. So they're not perfect right now, but we're just gonna move on for a second. I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Bite Size Eyeshadow Palette, and I think I'm gonna take this gold shade over here. They don't have names. This is the bronzier one, but I'm gonna go with that one and just put it on the front part of the lid. Yeah, that's pretty. And then I'm just gonna go back with the first shade Pressure and blend out the crease a little bit. My outer corners aren't quite even, so I'm gonna try to just keep blending them till they're a little bit more even. And then Pressure I'm gonna put on the lower lash line as well, yeah. The ugly lower lash line face. Okay, then before I do mascara or anything, I'm gonna go back in with the Make This Makeup Last, baby. Okay, I don't know why I feel like doing mascara last, but I'm gonna go in with an oldie but a goodie, my most iconic duo probably here on my channel. The Essence Day Hour Lip Liner in the shade Because Duh, and the Milani Color Statement Lipstick in the shade 61 Matte Naked. My absolute favorite duo, such a great nude. The lip liners, Essence lip liners, you can get them at Ulta. They are only $3. $2.99? Yeah, I think they're $2.99. They're just so good, so creamy. They make lip liners so easy, so quick. They have so many shades. Everything about this is literal perfection. I'm gonna finish because I'm gonna mess up and then I'll be back. All right, and then we're going with the lipstick, y'all. I'm gonna put it on real quick, then we can talk. You can see how perfect this nude combo is. Like, look, this is a whole lipstick. Like, I don't go through lipsticks, but this is saying a lot. That's a good sign. If this helps you, it's all the way down there in the tube, so that means I use a lot of it. Anyway, this formula is really, really nice. I don't think it's super matte. I don't think it dries down completely, but I like that. If you're someone who doesn't like matte lipsticks, but you still want something to be a little bit more on the set side and a little bit less sheeny, this is a really good one because it's not as, like, it's not a gloss or a glowy lipstick, but it isn't drying or super, super matte, which is what I freaking love. I think they just did this so well. The formula, I believe this is like $5 or $6, and it's so good. Literally perfection. I've had this one for years, and I need to get more because it's my favorite, and I don't use any other lipstick really besides this one. So last is mascara. We're gonna go with the e.l.f. Lash It Loud mascara. This is the category that I need your help, y'all. I don't have too many drugstore mascaras, and then the ones that I'm eyeing are from like Maybelline, L'Oreal, which are an arm and a leg, so they're not the most cheap anyway, so I don't know. But we're gonna go with this one. I don't hate this one, it's just not my favorite, so. This mascara looks really pretty today. I don't usually curl my lashes, but I wanted to see what it did today, and it just really helped this mascara a lot. It's a very pretty natural like lash mascara. I just don't think it's anything special, but it looks really nice on my lashes today. So I believe that is everything, y'all. My full face of under $10. I think I look like I spent freaking $100 on this face, girl. I think you really can get some really good products from the drugstore. Let me know if you want to see like a cheaper like budget. So a full face is something like most. I think 7 is my like lowest. I don't know if I can make it to 5. I can do a full face of $1 makeup if you guys wanted to see that again. But I just did one a couple months ago, so I didn't want to do that too much. But yeah, if you guys like this video, again, definitely give it a thumbs up. Definitely hit the subscribe button. Let me know all the deets down below, your favorite drugstore products. So the quote for today is, serenity is not freedom from the storm, but peace amid the storm. So obviously like peace when you're going through the storm. And I think that's really important to keep in mind, is that, like, you know, even there's so many things that even you could pray for help or whatever, and all these things, it's not necessarily to get you out of the storm. It might just be to get you, it might just be to help you while you're in the storm. And so just keep that in mind. That is it for this video, guys. Again, I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.